was great to be back home and homecoming and really proud of how our kids performed. Just reviewing the game, it was a very complete performance in a lot of areas, which I was really proud of, and really surprised actually when I started breaking down the game and looking at the different areas. We just finished our second quarter of the season, our first 6 games, so we're halfway through the season now, and I really felt like we've gotten better the second quarter. We've really improved quite a bit. Our linebackers were outstanding this last game. They had 4 interceptions. Cole Turner had an outstanding game. I was very proud of our special teams performance, and our whole D line was outstanding, and so that was good to see. It's been 2 years since we beat this Hawaii team. 2 years ago, I started taking cold showers, and I vowed to continue to do that every morning until we beat this team. And I'm glad to say Sunday morning I took a hot shower, but I told the players I started taking cold ones again because we're not done. So we got a lot to work for. We're excited about playing the second half of the season. We play a really talented Fresno team on the road. There's going to be a lot of important games here the next 6 weeks. And they're all division games. They're all conference games with a lot of history and a lot of knowledge of our opponent. And this Fresno team's been playing very well. They just had an outstanding defensive game this last game, shut out Wyoming, who was playing really well. They're very athletic up front. They're usually one of the most athletic teams we play every year. Really active defensive linemen, good pass rushers, really active linebackers. And so we're going to have to really do a good job, be on top of our game offensively. And then their offense has been playing as well as anybody. They have a lot of talented receivers, a lot of playmakers. Rivers seems like he's been playing for 7-8 years over there. He just keeps coming back. Really talented back. And Hayner's been outstanding this first half of the season. Really one of the best players that we'll play against. So really talented team. Really challenging road test for us. And we're looking forward to starting this second half of the season.
All right, let's open it up for questions.
So it's no secret that you want to get more pressure on the QB coming into this year, and if I'm looking at the numbers correctly, you're leading the nation in both sacks per game, the team and individual level. With that being said, is this production surprising even you, or is this about what you expected from this defensive group?
No, not really. I talked to the team today that we felt like this was going to be a strength of our team, and we have a lot of depth, and we really wanted to improve just our production from our defensive line. And I still think we've got a lot of improvement to do. We talked a lot about that today as a team, different areas where we want to see improvement over the next 6 games and where we want to get better, and that was certainly one of them. But no, I'm very I'm happy to see that we're getting more pressure. I think that's an important thing for our defense. It's obviously a goal of ours, to pressure the quarterback. That's one of our core beliefs as a team, and it's going to be really important this week. That we do a good job of containing and trying to disrupt the rhythm of this offense and this quarterback. So really proud of that. I think Tristan Nichols is a guy that has not been healthy since he's been here at Nevada, and he's really this is the first season that he's really been injury free, and we hope that continues and that he continues to play well.
last week Tristan made a comment. He feels like Coach Ward's really helped him and the rest of the guys just unlock their potential and what this group is so capable of. I mean, what do you think is the difference maker in maybe what you guys are doing this year than in years past that has made you so successful so far?
Well, Shannon, we went to a 4-down front last year, and I just think some of the techniques were a little bit different and new from what we had been doing. And, we kind of adjusted our assignments a little bit, and Coach Ward went down with Coach Ship, and they both kind of double teamed that front. Put those guys in different positions. We're moving guys around a little bit too, and I think that's when you can mix and match and move, Dom Peterson around, move Tristan around. It just doesn't allow the offensive line to get a beat on where your pass rushers are, and so I just think I think Coach Ward and Coach Ship have done a great job with our front, teaching the rushing techniques that we want, and just allowing those guys to be really play it more up to their potential.
Fresno State's obviously one of the better passing teams in the nation. Your secondary is going to be tested in this game. How would you assess how the secondary's played so far this season?
I think we're improving, Chris. We've made a real concerted effort from the Kansas State game to kind of tie up some things and do a better job of being in position, playing with the right leverage, the right alignment. And so I think we're getting better. I mean, we gave up, I think, 6 big plays this last game. And, I just believe if we play with a little bit better understanding, a little bit better technique, a little bit better alignment, we can even limit those big plays even more. So, obviously we're playing a different type of team this week, a different style in Fresno that really likes to open it up and use its wide receivers and quarterback a lot. And so we're really going to have to be on top of our game. We're going to get tested, downfield and on the perimeter. And, and Hayner's a real operator. We got to do a better job this year containing him and keeping him in the pocket and making him throw out of the pocket. And our defensive backfield is going to have to really step up and show major improvement this week, because we're going to get challenged by a really good passing team.
Cole Turner with that block punt. I mean, you've talked a lot about how your starters also play special teams. That's kind of unique in college football. A lot of the star players don't really get on the special teams. I guess, why has that been important to you, and how much do you think that helps that unit?
Just from my experience in the NFL, a lot of times the best players, if you're going to advance from college to the next level, you're going to have to be a good special teams player, and so we just try to utilize our best players. We just feel like those are snaps in the game that if we can find an advantage and make plays that help our field position, it can make the difference in the game. And I got a call from another coach this before camp, and they did a study, and we were one of the top teams in the nation in the last 2 years in winning one-score games. And he asked what was the difference, and the difference really is the plays on special teams. Special teams really have been the difference in all of our close games. And whether it's a big field goal kick, whether it's a punt return, whether it's a block kick, those plays add up. And in a close game, many times it's the difference. So I thought Cole did a great job of executing that block kick, and Coach Sheffield really did an excellent job designing it. And it was great to see him execute it during the game. That was a big play in the game.
Coach, how big is Saturday's game against Fresno State when you consider how the division might play out the rest of the way?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, our conference games are all really important. We make a big deal out of them. And then our division games are all important. And, these are old rivalry games that have been played a long time. And they're always physical. I mean, I think that's the one thing I love about playing Fresno and San Diego State is that they're just really physical games. They're really not complicated games. People have to block and tackle and play man coverage and beat man coverage, and so they're great games to play in and compete in, and it'll be a big game. I think, as we look down the schedule, really every week is a great challenge, and every week is an important game. So this is kind of the start of that stretch now, and playing on the road will make it even more of a challenge. So we look forward to it. I really think we've been battle tested playing on the road this year, and those experiences are going to help us with some of the games that we have in the second half of the schedule.
Have you had any conversations with Torrey Horton about returning home? I know he maybe felt a little slighted not getting recruited by Fresno State.
Yeah, Torrey is, that was topic today at practice, and I know he's excited. Obviously, whenever you get a chance to go home and play, it's exciting. But the game's going to be on the field, and he does a great job of really focusing on his job and what he needs to do to play well. And he's definitely dialed in and focused to play his best this week. And he had a great day of practice today, and I'm sure that will continue.
Final question for me, Coach. Just what have you seen from Jay Kaner that makes him one of the best players you'll see this season? And one of the things that stands out to me is just that toughness that he showed in that UCLA game. Yeah, he's a great competitor. He really is. He plays extremely hard. He takes shots. He has an ability to move out of the pocket. And, some guys are, he's kind of like a middle infielder in baseball. I mean, he can turn and throw the ball sidearm. He can throw in between bodies. He scrambles around and finds guys downfield. And just, really great hands in the pocket, and can throw from a lot of different platforms. So he's an excellent player and a great competitor. And he's got a lot of weapons too. I think that's the other thing, is that he's got good receivers around him. He's got good running backs. And, they do a great job of spreading the ball around and giving them options. So, they really test you defensively, that you're playing sound, that you're controlling their playmakers. And Hainer does a great job of seeing the field and getting the ball to people. So we're going to have to do a really good job being disciplined on him and sticking to receivers and coverage.
So with regards to Ronnie Rivers, what really stands out about him?
Just a really experienced back, really great vision, and he's like a water bug in and out of traffic, and he's got speed to finish in the open field. Once he breaks the line of scrimmage, he can take it the distance on you. So. And he's excellent. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield as well. So they use him a lot of different ways, and then they got Cropper, who they can run speed sweeps with, and get you playing the field laterally. And so they have a lot of different ways to hurt you. And but Rivers is just one of the most experienced backs in our league. Really, really shifty runner that can make you miss, excellent pass receiver, and just a really good all-around football player.
Coach, on Saturday's game and then also in the Kansas State game, I mean, they both, Hawaii and Kansas State both jumped out and scored, had a big play there in the beginning. But just how important was it to, again, not let a play like that or a couple plays like that in the beginning define this game? Yeah,
it's something that we've talked about, and really those have been base plays. They haven't been big wrinkles that we haven't seen, and so we just have to settle down and play our assignments better, and guys got to understand what areas of the field they have to protect, and we've talked an awful lot about that. We talked about it in meetings today. And I started the meeting today talking about 100 things that we could do better. I know when you guys interviewed me, you were talking about us leading the nation and all these different stats that we've got going, but we have so many things that we can improve on, and we have to get better. And that's one of the areas: starting fast, not giving up big plays, playing our responsibility, and just playing our 111th. We talk about that defensively. You're part of 11 players, and if you do your responsibility, we really should have success. And so that's a big emphasis. We got to start fast. This is a real explosive team we're playing this week, and they're capable of scoring quickly. So we need to do a good job of playing our responsibilities.